Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Kanga News. This is the first episode in a new format in which we're going to share with you the exciting news from the world of cryptocurrencies, as well as insiders' information from Kanga. Let's start with discussing the latest large movements in Bitcoin whales wallets. The fifth largest Bitcoin holding address has moved over $6 billion worth of Bitcoin to 3 new addresses for the first time since 2019. The Bitcoin whale transferred nearly its entire balance of 94,500 Bitcoin worth $6.05 billion on March 23rd, leaving only 1.4 Bitcoin in the initial address, according to a March 25th cross-post by Arkham Intelligence. The transfer occurred during a period of increased institutional interest in Bitcoin, driven by the upcoming Bitcoin halving, which will slash block issuance rewards in half when it occurs in late April. Lower ETF demand and unrealized gains may weigh on Bitcoin's selling pressure post-halving. A slowdown of inflows to spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, combined with a high volume of unrealized gains from traders could lead to bearish pressure on Bitcoin price after the upcoming halving event. According to Julio Moreno, head of research at CryptoQuant, unrealized profits from Bitcoin's recent rally are driving up selling pressure. An eventful slowdown of inflows to spot Bitcoin ETFs in the coming months could result in further pressure on Bitcoin. CryptoQuant's net unrealized profit and loss, new pull indicator, supports the analysis. The indicator's warning sign is 0.7 mark, indicating that Bitcoin investors may be ready to take profits, further driving prices down and increasing selling pressure. On March 17th, the new pull indicator reached 0.606, up 0.41% from the previous 24 hours, despite recent BTC price corrections. For a bearish outlook for price, 1. Slowdown in ETF Bitcoin purchases, and 2. Getting into the halving at a high level of unrealized profits for traders, as highly likely traders would sell to take profits, Moreno said about possible price-depressing events. Grayscale CLO believes spot Ether exchange-traded funds should be approved. Though there has been conversation surrounding a supposed lack of engagement from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission about applications for spot Ether exchange-traded funds, ETFs, Grayscale's chief legal officer, Craig Salm, believes the highly anticipated products should be approved. In a thread posted on social media platform X, Salm explained his belief that the perceived lack of SEC engagement is not necessarily a negative signal for spot Ether ETFs because many details have already been hammered out in the months leading up to the approval of today's spot Bitcoin ETFs. In the final months leading up to Bitcoin ETF approval, Grayscale and others received positive and constructive engagement from the SEC, Salm wrote, adding, "We had thoughtful conversations and discussed the finer details of creation redemption procedures, cash versus in-kind NPs, LPs, custody, etc. All of these issues were figured out and are identical when comparing spot Bitcoin to Ethereum ETFs," Salm claims. Salm's commentary also comes less than a week after the SEC filed a document delaying the deadline to decide on Grayscale's Ether Futures ETF, note, not a spot ETF, until May 30th. If that sounds like a bullish signal to you, use the Kanga.exchange platform where, apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can also trade in a host of other cryptocurrencies. The SEC seeks a fine of $1.95 billion in the final judgment against Ripple. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has asked a New York judge to impose a nearly $2 billion fine against Ripple Labs, according to court filings. On Monday, Stuart Alderoty, Ripple Labs' chief legal officer, posted on social media that the SEC was asking for such a fine and that redacted versions of the court documents would be made public by March 26. The SEC's proposal asks the court's order Ripple Labs to pay $876 million in disgorgement, $198 million in prejudgment interest, and $876 million in civil penalty, amounting to a total of $1.95 billion. The case began in December 2020 when the SEC filed suit against Ripple Labs and its executives, alleging that they violated federal securities laws by selling XRP to both institutional and retail customers. Last July, New York judge Annalisa Torres ruled that the sale of XRP on exchanges and through algorithms did not violate US law, only Ripple's institutional sales of XRP did. Alderoty criticized the SEC and wrote that the company will file its response to the SEC's motion next month. The SEC filing said that the defendant's response shall be filed no later than April 22, 2024. South Korean investors petition for further delay in crypto taxation. A South Korean citizen has posted a petition on the official website of the National Assembly, the country's legislative body, requesting the South Korean government to postpone taxation on cryptocurrency gains. If the petition, submitted on March 21st, reaches 50,000 signees by April 20th, local lawmakers will be required to review the subject matter. It currently has 10,888 signatures as of Tuesday afternoon in Asia. There is concern of a large-scale exodus of crypto investors to overseas exchanges if the country starts taxing investors when it is not fully prepared, the petition said. Please postpone it for 2 years and thoroughly review the expected problems and discuss taxation later. The country's crypto gains tax is currently scheduled to go into effect in January 2025, after being pushed back from the initial starting date of January 1, 2023. Another 2-year delay would postpone the tax plan to start in 2027. Tether looks to build the next generation of OpenAI models with a new data division. The AI job posting come after a $600 million AI infrastructure investment Tether made in the fall. The new division, named Tether Data, is looking to hire an AI engineer and head of AI research and development, according to Tether's job recruiting website. Our goal is to build the next generation of OpenAI models, leading innovation in AI through an accessible, transparent, and privacy-preserving approach, the job posting read. Tether's main business, issuing stablecoins, has grown increasingly dominant in recent months. USDT currently accounts for around 70% of all stablecoins, a figure that's held mostly steady since November, according to DeFi Llama. Mainly from interest on its reserves, Tether reported $2.85 billion in net profit during last year's Q4. In a blog post announcing Tether Data, Tether's CEO, Paolo Ardoino, pointed the company's investment in Northern Data Group as being part of its AI vision. Tether invested €575 million, equivalent to roughly $623 million, in Northern Data Group via debt financing in November. Northern Data Group houses a fleet of data centers with hardware like GPUs that firms can use for AI development. It's one of only a handful of investments Tether has made overall. In addition to building AI models, Tether's AI unit will lead collaborations integrating AI solutions into market-driven products and advance the fleet of OpenAI, according to the company's blog post. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the best-selling financial help book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, predicts that BTC could reach $100,000 by September 2024. He cited that the halving event will make BTC rally further and reach another new all-time high. Kiyosaki also urged his followers to consider buying 1/10 of BTC if they cannot afford accumulating at current prices. He explained that he is buying 10 more Bitcoins and the halving event will make it climb above $100,000 next. I am buying 10 more Bitcoin before April. Why? The halving. If you can't afford a whole Bitcoin, you may want to consider buying 1/10 of a coin via the ETFs or Satoshis. I expect Bitcoin to be 100K by September 2024, he predicted. Kiyosaki has been a vocal proponent of the cryptocurrency market and is especially bullish on BTC and gold. He believes that future belongs to digital assets industry and that the US dollar could decline in the long run. Thank you very much. That's all for today. Remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any other exciting news from the world of cryptocurrencies. Thanks and goodbye.
We are Kanga, beyond crypto.